Hello, Generals. Good to see you all back. We're going to do a weekend update for Conflict of Nations. Haven't done that in a while, so stay tuned. So first things first, I'm playing 6 games. Somebody please get me into a Conflict of Nations Anonymous class like ASAP. Wanted to look at some stats though and show you guys that we're on 6 coalition wins and 4 solo wins, so not blazing the charts on 54 games, but we've been on a roll lately, and I wanted to take you through a few games starting from the newest to the oldest, right? Or the oldest to the newest, I should say. So my oldest running game is I'm in Canada. Now this game is just all this is probably one of the weirdest games that we played. So if you look in here, Tony was in our alliance. I'm friendly with him for now, but I have a feeling it's going to go south like really, really quick. These guys went AFK, and then they came back, and then I picked Canada. I didn't annex enough cities, and it's just a laundry list of mistakes that I've made in this game. But you can see that this is Tony from Mexico here. He's down here, and of course in the middle here. We just fought over Europe forever. There was an alliance that was really strong, Romania, Poland, like this whole area. But then the guys from the east, Japan and them, really did a heck of a job to push west as we were fighting. And then we took Europe, and then they beat us back. And then now we lurched forward. And then Tony left and joined the other guys. It's totally fine. It just happened. So I think what's going to happen is they're going to exterminate the other one and then come after us. It only makes sense since, look, they're down here with 5 and 6, territories. The other guys are wiped out. So, but that's going to happen. I don't know that they'll keep me in or not. They'll probably take all my lands and leave me in Canada. I'm not really much of a threat, so I'm just going to, just get some troops and be annoying and turtle it up a little bit. So that was the one that I had the big Royal Canadian Air Force that was like just got destroyed down in this area. I was trying to support Mozambique in his push, and then he stopped, and it was a disaster. So I'm writing that game off. I'm just gonna produce units and turtle up and ride it out, and hopefully end up with a couple of gold coins out of this one. So that's the Canada game. The Australia game, I really enjoyed playing this, but I took 4th in this, so I got a coalition win. But 4th place is it's okay. But I did like playing Australia. I think I went too heavy Navy. I think I had like 20 subs at the end of the game and a couple of ships. There was no chance of anybody getting into Sydney. I had a 5 stack of ships and a 5 stack of subs and like 8 units in there. So definitely overkill, but really good coalition work and finish the map off. So if you want to take a look at the map here, let me see what I have here. A 3 stack and a 5 stack, and then 8 units, 9 units in the city. But I had a pretty good defense all the way around. I had ships and subs at most ports, and it ended up working out. But we came through here, and then I got into an alliance with India and China and a couple of others, and then they ended up just going AFK on me, and Russia got taken out early. So we ended up coming back up here and grabbing this land and then moving west. I got into a little bit of a battle with Poland here at the end, and then just gave up because it was just too much. So we moved into Africa and took this land out, and then you can see how we were getting ready to. This is going to be a battle to get into Ethiopia and Kenya here. But we were down here hammering on South Africa. He didn't have anything in these cities. My subs had taken out about 8 or 9 ships. He was sailing them in 1 and 2s. Like I don't get why people do that. My subs were just picking them off. He'd run units down here, and I'd hit him with my ballistic missiles or the cruise missiles. So, but a fun game nonetheless, and came in 4th place here. So these guys were really good players. Indonesia did great, and Germany they joined us late actually and did a great job. So that's the Australia game, and then we have the Philippines game. I need to separate some of these stacks. I got a pretty good defense in there, but you can see the land was taken here, and we came across, and then got some land up in this area. Africa is where we're making our business right now, but you can see how we are getting ready to run straight through here at 4171. I don't know how many VPs is left here in the south part, but there's just not a whole lot of land up here for us to take. Maybe Finland, Sweden. I don't know that they're in a coalition. He's not. So let's see. Cuba. What's Cuba doing over here? Cuba's not even in a coalition either. But that'll probably be our next one, is to run through there and take those tops. But you can see we've pretty much got this game handled. And I'm just kind of producing some stuff. I got a pretty big group. I'm getting ready to produce some THAADs, and to further defend my hometown of the Philippines. That should cover a pretty big section with their coverage here. I should only need like 2 or 3 to cover most of this stuff. I could probably get these 2 towns with 1. I could probably park this guy in the middle and hit. Maybe you could park him here and hit all 3 cities with that one. So I don't know. We'll figure. We'll produce them and get a defense up. But I want to pump some more units out and just end this match as well at 41-71, and we're making a charge through Africa. That's a pretty good section of VPs left, so we'll see what happens there. I like playing the Philippines, but they were really tough to start, and again, I didn't annex nearly enough cities. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and that's it. Yeah, so I mean 6 cities. I'm not producing enough to really have an impact on the map, but I'm not down any supplies either, so let's see. What do we got here? So my THAADs, we'll just we'll go to the next level on those too. Next game is actually a game that I started with. You guys, and we were here. I was in Poland, and we got pretty beat up pretty bad, and I ended up being able to defend. They finally gave up trying to attack me, and could have probably wiped me out if they really went at me, but they took me into their alliance after ours split apart, and we were able to kick land out, and you can see where we're at, and then now we're running through Africa here too. So pretty cool map. I'm enjoying this game a lot. These guys are excellent players, and so we should do pretty good on this map. We're already at 3180, so I don't see us slowing down here at all. And you can tell, look at how much these guys are really good. They're spread out. We're hitting guys from multiple angles and kind of getting into a big ruckus down here. But I love it, man. It's a good game so far. I am going heavy on ground units here, so if you look, I'm going to max out my my ground units. I don't have enough to go that way, and then I'm going to max out tanks and run support with mobile anti-air, and eventually THAADs if we need it. I don't think we will. As you look at coalitions in here, we're pretty far out ahead at 3180. The next one's 1237, and then the other 3 they don't factor right now. So I think we've got a pretty good start. I think we're going to end up taking a W with a couple of these games that we have going right now. And then let's see. The next game is where I'm playing Mexico. First time I've ever played Mexico, but we decided to take the Americas. We've almost completed the sweep through the Americas. I think we've gotten this on the south. Yep, one more place down here. And then we'll look to where we're going to go. But this is with a couple of the guys that you may know the names of. So I'm going to pop it open and show you. I've got Awesome 87, Agent David, Penguin, and Base Hunter all on my Discord that wanted to play a 5-man. So we were able to jump in and get a pretty good 5-man going. So pretty neat game. Again, on this one, I'm going to go pretty heavy with ground units. New Zealand keeps attacking us. They'll bring a stack of 8 or 9 units over. I have a feeling we're going to take New Zealand next, though. Pretty annoying to have someone just come in and troll, but that's the name of the game. So we'll clean this up, and I got to rebuild some buildings down here. But I am pumping out some subs in these towns to defend with. So once I get 2 or 3 subs on each spot, I don't have to worry about sneak attacks on there. I'm just going to defend here with 2 subs, and then or with a stack of 5, and probably here with a stack of 5, and then they can't land unless they're going to come up Mexicali. But we'll see what I go with that. Other than that, I'm going to go ground units and just pound out a bunch of VPs that way. I'm not even worried about cities, but I will annex a couple on there too. So that's game 5. Game 6 is a new game, and we decided to play Central America again, and then I believe Brun Jim, Corunda got Canada, but Brun Jim got in this one. This is my 5-man group that I play exclusively with. Really do a lot of content with the guys who play the 5-man on here. So, and again, on this one is on my Discord. If you want to become a part of that, we can. But Corunda, Brun Jim, BV, Tebs, and myself. And then you can tell that we are going to, we have a right of way with Argentina, and actually are going to help each other take out Chile. So our Brazil and Argentina are going to do that while we're finishing off Peru. Peru started an attack early up top, and they got into a little bit of a scuffle, but now you can just see we're going to end up taking over this town, 25. So yeah, one more hit here, and then they'll lose their capital, which that's pretty much game over. When you lose your capital, you start having problems with morale. It really factors in. So let's say, for instance, if I look at this town and I click on here, the morale factors, it won't show me. Let me see if I have one that's smoking. I don't. Let me find a smoking town. There we go. I can't see the, anyway, when you lose your capital, it'll say no HQ, and it'll have like a -10 or a -20. It means when you conquer a city, it takes forever for the morale to raise up high enough. You have to build some buildings in there, move some troops in there. It's really just hateful. But when you do lose a capital like this, and you only lose the capital in a game, and you have 5 or 6 other cities, move your capital inland, protect it, get it away from the coast so you know something's coming. There's no surprise attacks. Lima's a hard one. Peru's a hard one because it's right on the coast. Anybody can start off with like an 8 or 9 stack, go right to your capital, and just blow you up. Like I don't like Peru for that reason. They, for some reason they put their capital right on the coast. Same thing with DC up here for Washington. Like, you can just immediately Canada or anybody, Cuba could grab a stack of 10, go right to your capital and knock you out. And then you got to rebuild a capital. You're focused somewhere else. Like that's just a really hard place to start at. So, but I like this game. I think that we're going to roll pretty quick in this game. I didn't see as far as like competition, if we had anybody else big named in here. I know HJJ, no, he's already messaged me, one of our guys, but they're in Europe. We won't even see those guys for probably, 20 or 25 game days. Even if we go to Europe first, we might go Asia first. I don't know, but I don't see anybody in here that I know. Let me keep looking. Just the ROW here. Yeah, no big names in here that I would recognize that I think would be problematic, but you just never know. You never know who's who and who's an up and comer. So anyway, that's the weekend update. Hope you guys have enjoyed watching. Any questions, hit me in the comments, and we'll talk to you guys. See ya.